These are the exact wrong tools. Let's see if that'll work. Okay, well, we are finally getting around to planting our corn. Gary actually planted his yesterday, and I'm just getting to mine today. It's kind of late in the afternoon right now, but we had cemetery cleanup this morning, which we do every year before Memorial Day weekend, and so it took a little while to get going, but so far everything is going well. I know I said that in the past and then had to cut to me fixing something 5 minutes later, but that's not going to happen this year because this is going to be a much better year than it's been in the past. Mark my words. But everything seems to be going all right. Gary was having issues with the monitor, and we were thinking we might have to go without it from time to time and just look and make sure visually that the parts are turning, which is kind of a nuisance, kind of a headache. But I haven't had an issue with it yet, so we're just going to roll the way it is. Well, I just had my first test of how well the new mirror works, and it seems to work pretty well. When I hit a low-lying dead limb while I was looking back, but it didn't break anything, and it did flex back like it's supposed to, but it does kind of make a loud chunk, ka-chunk, when you bump into something, but now it's not aimed right, which is fine because I don't really use it. And you can tell it's now it's looking totally east-west instead of looking back south. All right, everything is going pretty good here, but I'm noticing on one of the tensioners on the stage left side, or the left side as you're looking forward, that the chain is like bouncing around. It shouldn't really be doing that. You have to go take a look and see what it is. That's no good. What do we got here? That is coming off. Let's see. For some reason, that and that are loose. We'll have to see if we have a wrench in here. I have a feeling we don't have that wrench. I do have a crescent wrench back in my truck. It's always something, you know? Luckily, we're not too far away from the truck. Okay, now that we're out of the field, we can take a little bit better look at it. You can see that's all bent over. What was happening is the whole thing was jumping around, and it shouldn't have been, but now I'm looking over here, and that whole bearing is gone. Yeah, that's pretty much done. A wrench. I only have one. Gary's on his way with more. And in the meantime, I have this. Don't ever use pliers on a nut and bolt setup unless you're doing it on YouTube. I guess then that's maybe okay. I don't know. Apparently Gary went over to help Wayne move some gear, so he is driving a tractor back slowly to the farm, so it might be a little bit here before he even gets here. Where are you going, nut? There's a happy little nut, happy little washer, another happy little washer. The rest of that, another little washer, bushing, and a big bolt. I'm not sure which happened first, if this came loose and put tension on that and burned the bearing out, or if the bearing burnt out and that made this jerk around so it was loose. Things like this, when you have so many little parts to watch, you always kind of wonder, like, was that going on for 2 minutes or was it going on for 20 minutes? Pretty hard to watch the whole machine all the time. This isn't going to work very well. These are the exact wrong tools. I really don't like crescent wrenches. I mean, they serve their purpose, but I find them more annoying than anything. Well, that's as far as I can get it in there. Well, see what happens when Gary gets here. See what his thoughts are on it. It's unfortunate. It was going pretty well. And I don't think this classifies as, like, you know, the whole like, hey, it's going great, and then everything falls apart 5 minutes later. This is kind of a weird anomaly. Or maybe it does. I don't know. We'll see if it makes it into the bloopers. I guess I don't really have bloopers, but you know what I mean. And we're going to put these back on just because I kind of just wanted to see what was all in there, but really don't. The risk of losing little parts like this in the field are pretty high. Not that these are hard to replace, but I'd rather not lose stuff, that's for sure. I have a hard time figuring out where to put a camera in here. All the clips have changed now that I've used different cameras. Alright, back to what we were doing. We found a couple little errors in that whole little setup, and we got them taken. Oh, about ready to hit my truck with the planter. I need to be paying attention to what I'm doing. There we go. Let's try this again. We did have a couple of those sprockets around, but we're gonna have to obviously order more. The ones we replaced with are used ones, and they are obviously used and not on the planter for a reason. He said he might have to order some stuff specifically from Kinsey anyway, so maybe we'll just order those. They can't be more than that. That sprocket is like 2 pieces of metal with a bearing in it, and it's not even like a really high quality metal or anything. So they can't cost more than, I don't know, 10 or 12 bucks a piece. But this stuff is kind of getting to that age where I'm of the mindset where if we need something, well, as long as it's not stupid expensive, let's just order, you know, a dozen of them instead of one, because who knows how much longer you'll be able to find this stuff, especially if the world goes upside down, which it seems like it wants to do every, you know, week or two right now. All right, let's get lined up back where we were at. That looks good. Okay, that'll double plant. Move forward, to there. We'll give it a little extra time. Get rolling again. Okay. Everybody, hold together. All 12 of y'all. Turn the noisy box on. Ah, thing's a nightmare. More speed. Alright, here we go. A little washout from that storm. That's very minimal.